failing for them and longing for them all day long, they actually came and would like pursue these women before they even had their children. Are you sure you don't want to give Bobby up for adoption? Are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Before they were even born, they was trying to get these children, right? They made it a big deal in their magazines and their literature. You know what I'm saying? They try to put it out there as if it was a good thing, right? And there shall be no might in thy hand, because we weren't able to bounce back from that. You know what I'm saying? There's no might in the Israelites' hand right now. Our might comes from our power, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, the Most High, who the world ignorantly calls God. And I said in the name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai. Right? And that's exactly what happened, man. And you could read, man. There's more scriptures that go with that. I guess I can grab them. Just Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48. And thou shalt serve thine enemies, which which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Right? And that's exactly how Esau Edom showed up on this land. Right? And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And literally, they put yokes of iron on Judah and Gad and Benjamin and all the tribes, really, and started the slave trade. Right? Verse 49, and the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And that's exactly what happened here, right here on this land known as America. The eagle being the symbol for Edom, Esau, Edom, right? They always want to be like an eagle for some reason. And every major power has an eagle as their shield. America, Germany, Russia, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to use that dead eagle. And he came with a fierce countenance, right? And he came as swift as the eagle flieth, right? And the eagle flies that swift when it's hunting, right? Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of old, nor shew favor, favor to the young, right? And that right there is plain and simple, man, because when the way that Esau got most of Gad, they would wait till the men were out hunting or at war with other nations. And once they were at war with other nations, they would go out and they would attack the women and children. And this happened over and over and over and over again. And you can research it yourself. You look up most of the Gadite massacres, the Meeker massacre, the Wounded Knee massacre, the Wheat massacre, the Sand Creek massacre, the Trail of Tears. You know, they always waited for the men to be gone so they could attack these women and children and elderly. And you know, it's part of what we have to deal with for our disobedience. And that's why it is high time to wake out of sleep, as the scriptures say right now, because this has all happened to Gad, right? And it says that Gad shall overcome at the end. So, you know, I'm really pushing these Gadite videos, man, because it's time for Gad to wake up and understand who they are as a people and understand why these things happen to you. So if you read in Deuteronomy 28 and from the 15th verse on, you'll have a true understanding of these curses, why you're in these situations that you're in, why you're on reservations, why you have to watch all these other nations prosper while you sit here back on these reservations and die off and kill yourself with alcohol, right? You know, these are all things that I've witnessed growing up. I didn't live on the reservation, but, you know, most of my family did, either that or in low-income housing, because in the Tacoma area, you know, it's kind of split up. Res is here, low-income housing here, Asian neighborhood here, right? It's real split up. It's real inner city, and the reservation's fucked up. So we grew up like in between the hood and the reservation, and it was still funded by the tribe, but it wasn't reservation land. But you got to see all of the wickedness that goes on the reservation right there in the hood. So, um, this is what the Lord did, and this is why we're still in the conditions that we are. But there is hope if you turn to the Lord, man, and put away this folly and this life, and truly come back to the Lord by washing away yourself, who you are, who you've created yourself to be, and you find your way back to what the Creator wanted you to be, using the Scriptures and the Holy Spirit, and Yahweh Shai's example, you can truly get back in the Lord's graces, man, and have a chance to be delivered. Now, we're not saying that we made it and we're ready to be delivered. We want to be delivered, and we have hope that we've done enough work to be delivered because we truly, sincerely believe, right? And the times that we're living in and the things that are coming, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And if you can wake up now, you know what I'm saying, and get right, man, with all this time provided to you. The Lord is smooth, man. He put all this time in front of you to see what you're going to do. Are you going to dig in and watch documentaries and filter them through the scriptures to bring wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that he commanded us to do to his children, the nation of Israel? Are you going to do that? Are you going to cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show Israel their transgressions, right? And the house of Israel his sins, or their sins. Jacob his transgressions, and the house of Israel their sins. Roughly paraphrasing. Jeremiah 58:1. Right? Are you truly care about the children of Israel, the elect, right? Because that's who the Lord is dealing with. 144,000, 12,000 out of each nation, as well as a 1/3 multitude of women and children who truly believe and are saved through their husbands and their fathers, right? You can't make it on another man's coattails, but your family can be delivered through you. So, because they are an extension of you, right? A man and a woman become one, and they leave the house, right? That was tradition, and it's still that way. Should still be that way today, but so-called white man messed it all up. Right, so before I start rambling on and on and on and on, I just wanted to bring back some old history for the Native Americans, so-called, who are the children of Israel, the nation of Gad, and bring some light as to why you're in the situations you're in and why you've seen the things that you've seen in your lifetime. Because I know I've seen some crazy, crazy things growing up with Gad. Now, I myself believe that I'm Judah just because my father was from Mississippi, but because my mom was Native American, I grew up, in the powwows and in the sun dances and all this other, all these other things that Gad does that are not part of our true traditions. Our true tradition is going out on the highways and the byways and waking up our people and prepping them for the destruction that is to come, And that destruction that is to come is going to be a judgment of the Lord. A good read is 2 Peter chapter 3. Breaks it all down, man. This place is going to be destroyed with fervent heat. The elements are going to melt, right? So, hey, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. This is a very good video to watch, how the U.S. stole thousands of Native Americans. There's a lot of information out there on that if you dig for it. Because Gad in the 60s and 70s started fighting back. So they have an act that stopped them from doing this in the mass numbers, but it never quit, right? So, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Hey, Gad, man, it's time to wake up. It's time to put on your garment, man, and get out here and do this real work, especially Gadite men, the snotty-nosed Res Kids or something did a song where they said, will the real man stand up? Women took the lead of the Standing Rock protests. Where the men at? You know what I'm saying? I know we're defeated. I know we've been through what we've been through, man, but it's time to stand up and ask the Lord to take us back. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to wrap it up and say shalom.